Lita, do you ever wake up in the morning, look at your alarm clock, and just wish you were 7 years old again?
Oh my goodness, all the time. Life was just so much simpler back then. No emails to answer, no bills to pay, no traffic to deal with, and definitely no complicated schedules to manage.
Exactly. My biggest stress in life was deciding which cartoon to watch on a Saturday morning, or hoping my mom would buy the sugary chocolate cereal instead of the boring healthy one with raisins.
Those were the golden days. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the English Unscripted podcast. I am Lita.
And I am Sam, and today we are jumping into a time machine. We are talking all about childhood memories, the good, the bad, and the very embarrassing things we used to do.
But wait, Sam, before we open this time capsule, we need to make sure our listeners are actually ready to learn today. We have a lot of great vocabulary coming up.
That is right. Listeners, by the way, if you want to master real English today, do not just watch this video once. Treat this episode like your absolute favorite movie.
Precisely. Think about it. When you watch a great movie for the first time, you just enjoy the story, the characters, and the action. But when you watch it a second or third time, that's when you notice the hidden details and remember the famous quotes.
I watch my favorite movies 10 times, and I repeat the lines perfectly. You should treat our podcast the exact same way. Listen the first time to laugh at my embarrassing stories, and listen the second time to catch the new vocabulary in the natural pronunciation.
That's the secret to fluency. Now that we have the rules out of the way, let's go back to being kids. Sam, what's the very first thing that pops into your mind when you think of your childhood?
Oh, that's easy. Summer holidays. Just running outside with my friends until the streetlights came on. We didn't have smartphones, we didn't have social media, so we just played in the dirt and invented games out of nothing. What about you, Lita? What's your happiest early memory?
For me, it has to be family road trips. We used to pack the car on a Friday morning and drive for hours and hours to reach the beach. I would spend the entire day sitting in the hot sun, building the most elaborate sandcastles. Remembering the smell of the ocean and the feeling of the sand is a real trip down memory lane.
Wait, Lita, let's pause right there. That's a beautiful phrase for our listeners today. A trip down memory lane.
Yes, it means to spend time remembering happy events from your past. It's a very common and natural idiom. Listeners, say it with me wherever you are.
Say it loud and clear, guys. Wake up your neighbors.
A trip down memory lane.
A trip down memory lane. I love how nostalgic that sounds. It makes me want to look at old photographs right now.
Speaking of nostalgia, do you remember the toys we used to play with? Kids today have expensive tablets and virtual reality, but we had sticks, empty cardboard boxes, and pure imagination.
I had a red bicycle, and that bicycle was absolutely everything to me. It was my spaceship, my race car, and my horse. I rode it everywhere around the neighborhood. I even used to put a crushed plastic cup near the back wheel, so it made a loud, terrible noise like a motorcycle.
Oh, stop it. I remember doing that too. It made you feel so cool and powerful riding down the street making so much noise. We didn't need digital screens to have fun.
We really didn't. I remember playing hide and seek for 5 hours straight with my cousins. I hid inside a dark kitchen cabinet once and actually fell asleep.
Wait, what? You fell asleep inside a cabinet while playing hide and seek? Your poor mother must have been terrified.
She was panicking. She searched the whole neighborhood, and I was just snoring next to the frying pans. I was a very strange kid. I also used to talk to the television when my favorite characters were in danger.
Oh, we all did that. I used to yell at the screen to warn them. Children have such beautiful imaginations. They really believe that magic is real and everything is possible.
I really believed I could dig a hole in my backyard and find a dinosaur bone. I ruined my mother's garden completely. She was not happy about my archaeological discoveries, which actually brings us perfectly to Chapter 2 of our time machine journey today, the crazy things we used to eat and the weird habits we had in the house.
Oh, wow, Chapter 2 already. I'm ready for this. Listeners, grab your coffee because the childhood diet of the 90s was absolutely wild.
It really was a wild time for food. I mean, childhood food was the best because we had absolutely zero concept of calories, protein, and nutrition. If it tasted sweet, we ate it.
Oh, the sugar. There was so much sugar in everything. I used to love those little colorful candies that turned your tongue bright blue or green. I would buy them every single day after school with my pocket money.
Yes, and then you would smile widely at your parents with a bright blue mouth just to scare them. I also had a very weird habit. Whenever we went to a fast food restaurant, I used to mix all the different sodas together in one giant cup just to see what it tasted like.
That sounds absolutely disgusting, Sam. Why would you ruin a perfectly good drink?
Because I felt like a mad scientist. It usually tasted like sweet battery acid, but I drank it anyway because I created it. I was very proud of my terrible drink. What was your favorite childhood meal, Lita? Did you have strange habits too?
Honestly, it was nothing fancy or strange, just the simple, warm meals my grandmother used to cook. But I was actually a very difficult child to feed. I was a picky eater.
Wait, Lita, let us pause right there. That is an excellent vocabulary phrase for our listeners. A picky eater.
Yes, a picky eater is someone who only likes a few specific types of food and refuses to eat anything else. It's very common for children. Listeners, say it with me.
Say it loud, guys. Are you a picky eater?
A picky eater.
A picky eater. I was the exact opposite of a picky eater. I ate everything except for green vegetables. I used to hide my peas under my napkin so my mom would think I ate them.
Oh, stop it. My brother used to feed his vegetables to the dog under the table. The dog was very healthy, but my brother was always in trouble. Parents always know when you're lying about your food.
They really do. Mothers have a sixth sense. They know when you were hiding food, and they definitely know when you're pretending to be asleep.
Oh my goodness, yes. Pretending to be asleep in the car so your dad would carry you inside the house, that was the ultimate luxury of childhood.
It was the best feeling in the world. You keep your eyes closed, and suddenly you're flying through the air into your warm bed. If I fall asleep in the car now, I just wake up with severe neck pain and have to walk to my own bed.
The magic is definitely gone. But you know what else was a huge part of being a kid? The clothes our parents forced us to wear. Oh wow, the fashion in the 90s was questionable.
Questionable is a very polite word, Lita. My mother always bought my clothes 3 sizes too big. She always said, "Don't worry, you'll grow into it."
Yes, the classic mom phrase, you'll grow into it. I remember wearing huge jackets that made me look like a giant marshmallow. And don't get me started on the scratchy winter sweaters.
Oh, the scratchy sweaters. My grandmother used to knit them for me. I loved her, but those sweaters felt like wearing a cactus. I used to itch all day at school.
We suffered so much for fashion, but honestly, we didn't really care about how we looked back then. We just wanted clothes that allowed us to run fast and climb trees.
Exactly. We were completely fearless. We used to climb really tall trees and jump off high swings without thinking about getting hurt for a single second.
We were completely fearless because we didn't know what could go wrong. We were acting on pure instinct and curiosity. I think as we grow older, we become too careful. We overthink everything and worry about the consequences.
I definitely overthink everything now. If I see a tall tree today, I don't want to climb it. I just look at it and think about hospital bills and back pain.
That's the tragic reality of being an adult, Sam. We trade our endless imagination for practical worries. We worry about paying taxes, fixing the car engine, and buying expensive groceries.
Grocery shopping used to be an amazing adventure. I used to sit in the shopping cart while my mom pushed me around the huge store. I felt like a king driving a chariot. Now, grocery shopping is just walking down the aisle, looking at high prices and crying internally.
It's true, adulthood can be exhausting, but we can still find small ways to bring that childhood joy back into our daily busy lives, which actually means it's time to unlock the third and final chapter of today's episode, bringing the inner child back to life and what it means for learning English.
Ooh, phase 3, let's go! I am so ready to be a kid again. How do we do that, Lita? I cannot exactly fit inside a shopping cart anymore. I think the security guards would kick me out of the supermarket very quickly.
Well, maybe do not climb into the shopping cart, Sam. That is a very bad idea. But you can do simpler things. You can watch an old cartoon on a lazy Sunday morning, or you can go to the store, buy that bright blue candy, and eat it without feeling guilty about your adult diet.
That is a brilliant idea. I'm going to buy a huge box of sugary chocolate cereal tomorrow morning and eat it while watching cartoons.
It's all about giving your busy adult brain a necessary break. Taking a trip down memory lane is actually proven to be good for your mental health. It reminds you of a beautiful time when you were completely present in the moment.
Kids are always entirely in the moment. They don't worry about the argument they had yesterday, and they don't stress about the heavy taxes they have to pay tomorrow. They just focus completely on the plastic toy right in front of them.
Exactly. And as adults, learning a difficult language like English, we can actually learn a massive lesson from kids. Have you ever wondered why children learn languages so incredibly fast, Sam?
Is it because their brains are like sponges? They just absorb everything around them?
That's part of it, yes, but the main reason is that they're not afraid of making mistakes. They don't have an ego to protect, they just speak. They play with the words, they say things completely wrong, and they don't care if people laugh.
Wow, that is incredibly deep, Lita. I never thought about it like that. So, if I want to improve my spoken English, I should stop worrying about perfectly memorizing grammar rules and just start playing with the language like a kid in a sandbox.
Yes, absolutely. Be playful with your English. Make loud mistakes. Laugh at yourself when you mispronounce a difficult word, just like you used to laugh when you fell off your red bicycle.
That makes so much sense. Learning English shouldn't feel like paying taxes or doing heavy chores. It should feel like building a giant sandcastle. It might fall down, but it's fun to build.
Perfectly said, Sam. If you treat English like a playground, you'll never get bored. And to do that, you need to learn to drop your ego.
Drop your ego. Oh, let's pause for a second. That is a very powerful phrase for our listeners today. Drop your ego.
It means to stop letting your pride control you. Stop worrying about looking silly in front of others. Listeners, say it with me right now.
Say it with us, guys. Drop your ego.
Drop your ego.
I am dropping my ego today, Lita. I will make 100 mistakes today, and I will just smile.
I love that energy, Sam. And before we go play and make those mistakes, we have a special mission for our listeners today.
Yes, listeners, we want you to make a solid commitment today. We want you to make a promise to yourself.
Go down to the comment section right now and write this exact sentence. I promise to drop my ego and make mistakes.
I promise to drop my ego and make mistakes. Make that commitment today, guys. When you write it down publicly, it becomes real. We will be reading your comments.
And while you're down there making promises, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can continue this amazing journey with us.
Ring that bell, ding ding, so you know exactly when we drop our next fun conversation. We have amazing topics coming up.
Keep practicing, keep listening, and please go eat some candy today. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone. Keep smiling and stay curious.